Hello, hello. By now you've probably realized that this makeup is super fun, super versatile. You saw my first video where I kind of walked you through contour placement, makeup placement, etc. I'm going to show you an alternate way to put it on, and keep in mind what I kind of taught you in that first video. So I'm going to put this on what's called Cheetah HAC way, or dot and go, finger paint, whatever you want to call it. You can do this literally with your hands or with a small brush. So you can kind of see it's the same principle here. I happen to have this small brush, so I really like it because it puts like a fingerprint amount, but this is the same thing as doing it with your fingers. So I'm just kind of painting that on right where it goes, like so. I love using my fingers to get that line really skinny, a little bit under my lip. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm gonna go in with my brightening highlight shade, aka concealer, around my eye area, like so. And then go ahead and go right down the middle. Okay, now I'm going in with my foundation shade, and I'm just placing this where I don't have anything else. If you are in between shades and you need to do a little bit of mixing, it's really easy to do with this method. And this is a mess, so don't judge. I'm gonna go like to these two different shades and then dot it on. Same thing I would do when I'm using a brush. If I need a mix, it's dab, 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 put it wherever. So that's always an option if you own your, like, there's pretty much a shade for everyone, but say you own like your summer shade and your winter shade, and you don't want to buy the one color that's in between the two, which you can if you're out, but if you have some of both, you might as well just mix them together. So it's kind of fun to play around with this makeup because you have options. So I have everything filled in. Oh, of course, I don't want to forget the end of my nose. This is with my main highlight or foundation shade. And then I'm red right here, so I always put a little extra coverage, okay? And now I'm going in with my blush, dotting it right over. I'm gonna put it on my lips. And then you could be done. This could be pretty good. Or if you're a bronzer girl and you want to put a little bit of bronzer on now as well, you can go ahead and put that where you need it. Like so. Okay. Okay, so I've got that on. I look like a scary clown mess. I think it amazes people that it's possible for this to turn into something awesome because they're like, what the heck are you doing? But I'm gonna show you how this blends out. This step is optional. My skin's just a little bit dry right now, so I'm gonna spray with our setting spray, literally like right on my face. It's pretty moisturizing, it smells amazing. Another option you can do is if you have the Perfector sponge or any beauty blender, you can use it. Sorry, I'm being noisy. Get it slightly damp and then wring it out so it's big and fluffy. You can just spray the sponge, and then when you're done with your makeup, go through and pat over your whole face. But I just sprayed it all over. Blending, I prefer to do this with the 3D brush, but you can also use the blush and bronzer brush, and you can use the smaller end, or you can use the 3D brush. It's not a huge difference necessarily on these ends, except for I like to have this to go under my eyes, and I can't do the same with this. I could use my finger, but because I have this, this is my personal preference. So it's really up to you. When I do this method, I do lightest to darkest. So I'm gonna just go through like so, especially because I'm doing this all with one brush. I think lightest to darkest makes a big difference when I'm applying it, and then blending, I don't think it matters as much like applying with the brush, but this is what works for me here. And again, experiment. My way is not the highway, so try what you like. I'm gonna go up towards my hairline, and this was again a little bit of bronzer as well as my contour. If you feel like your skin is really dry, you might find that blending's harder this way because you have little dots to blend out, but application wise, it just really helps make sense what goes where, because you can see it all on and see how much you have on. So it kind of helps the brain understand this process if you're still kind of struggling with what to put where. But I will say, like, make sure your skin's not too dry. I did moisturize, but I waited 30 minutes. I don't like to put this right on top of my moisturizer because I feel slimy, so I don't recommend that. The setting spray makes a big difference. Some people will put it all on and then they'll do their hair and let it warm up with their skin, and then they will go back and blend. Or if you just, because we're going into winter, if you feel like your makeup's hard, open up your compact, take your blow dryer on high heat but low setting, and just kind of blow over a few minutes to warm it up, and then it should go on. You want it to go on like buttery smooth. So now I'm taking my jawline contour down my neck, and then you probably noticed I put some bronzer on my neck. It's because my neck is really pale right now. So I'm just kind of, I have sensitive skin, so it's red. It won't be red in another minute or two. So I'm just gonna go back, dab, dab, dab. I always take what's extra and do my eyelids so that they're not so purple looking. This kind of helps make a really good even layer for your eyeshadow as well. Around my nose. Okay, that was it. This method is just fun. Like, what's not fun about finger painting on your face? It just, it amazes me that that turns into this. And then when you're getting the hang of it, you know, you can always be like, oh, I should put a little more contour here, whatever. But most people, once you have it down, you just apply, dot it on, and go. That's also really good for people who like light coverage. This is more of a medium coverage brush. This is our lightest coverage brush. So if I have someone who's like, I barely like makeup, I hardly like to feel like it's on, then I will recommend they start with this brush. They can dot it on, and they can go through and just kind of stipple and dab, and they will feel like they're getting a lot more light coverage because it's not going to pack it in as dense. So totally personal preference. Talk to me if you want to know more about the brushes. But that was the Cheetah HAC Dot and Go makeup method, and I hope you're having so much fun with your new makeup. See ya.